I hope I'm live. Okay. Wait, I gotta keep the. Oh, no, okay. Oh my gosh, this new YouTube stuff. Let's see here. We are gonna play some Star Citizen today, and I'm gonna load into the game. And I know you guys have got this beautiful image. Oh no. I know that you've got this beautiful image of the javelin. Is it Anvil? No, Aegis. I can't remember which manufacturers in Fleet Week. But yeah, this is a still shot of the javelin that I took the other night. We're gonna go look for the javelin and the rest of the fleet. We're also going to go to Area 18 and check out the expo hall. And I cannot, for the life of me, remember precisely where I entered the game. So let's go back over to the game and we'll see where we wake up. We've got Anthony Paulson and Old Yeller in chat. Welcome aboard, you guys. As I drink some water. Come on, load up. We had. Do I have a javelin? No. No. I mean, if I had like a bunch of donations where I could afford to get one, then maybe. But no, I do have an Idris though. So, but they're not flyable in game yet. Hopefully next year. Oh, did I just wake up? I think I'm pretty sure I'm on Hurston. Yep. Oh, and it's nighttime on Hurston too. Even better. Oh, actually, it's not all of. No, I can do that later. Let's just kind of get right into it. Experimental dud, hello. Yeah, I was gonna stream Friday, and then I was gonna stream Saturday, but the um, the PU was just a disaster area. What the heck? I don't remember all that being lit up before. I still haven't fixed that monitor up there.
Welcome to Metro Center. Transfers to
Or
the
that one.
perimeter, spaceport, and industry lines. Be considerate to your fellow
Do
travelers.
do do
You're
do
not
do.
on yours.
Oh, we got a long wait for the train. We must have just missed it.
Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
Oh, those legs.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
That's a little bit better. I need to get. I need to go and find the rest of the Inquisitor armor. Or I can just put all my gold armor. So formal. Heck yeah, I'm formal. Let's see if we can find the fleet. Oh! Oh, it's here at Hurston. Well, that's good news. So we won't have to go very far. So basically, what the fleet does is it goes to either ArcCorp, I think it goes ArcCorp, and then it goes up to Microtech, and then back to Hurston. And it basically just goes in this circle. It docks at a space station for a while, maybe 20 minutes, and then it takes off and goes to the next planet. Usually, you'll be able to see like this little indicator. Hello. Where it says,
Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Invictus launch fleet. Now, they could be coming, they could be going, I don't know. But we're going to go see if we can catch up with them really quick.
Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Safety and prosperity of all.
Okay. Steal the F8. I can't figure out how to steal them. Like I've gone up to them. I've tried. I don't know how to steal the other ships. Otherwise, I would give it a try. But apparently, there's some way to glitch into them, or I mean, I just don't know. Hangar 5, wasn't it? Yep. I looked over at my monitoring screen, which is luckily like 20 seconds behind, and yep, it was Hangar 5. Taking a swig of water while I'm supposed to be running out of the elevator. Whee! Whoop. Don't chop my legs off. Do 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 do. Yeah, I was what the heck is going on with these elevators in this update? It's like I have to wait for that door to close before I can click the elevator floor. Where before I could just click in, bam, click the habitat deck, and up it would go. But no, not anymore. Let's call for takeoff clearance first. I should have done that when I was opening the main door, but I didn't. So I didn't.
Anvil Aerospace, all systems.
Okay. Still hear the doors opening up there. Yep, you can see them sliding back. And let's get zeroed in on the center here.
Takeoff complete. Starboard proximity alert.
Make sure to hold those afterburners there for just a moment. Oh, turn on the lights here.
Remember, if you're contemplating a career change, you should contact one of Hurston's resource managers for information about exciting career opportunities.
Yeah, I came to Hurston to do some trading, and just to try to earn a little bit of money. But I think I might actually go back to doing contracts like bounties and stuff, because to kind of get up to where I need to be as far as like earning money and having a safe, buffer in case there was like a server disconnect or something like that. I have to have like between like 200 and maybe 300,000 UEC, and right now I'm like at 77, I think. Yeah, 77,000. So we need to go a little bit farther. Let's see if I can plot a course. Can I plot? Oh, I can plot a course directly to the fleet. Okay, we're going to start spooling the quantum drive. There's the fleet right there. Oh no, I reset all my settings. No, I don't want to show the hints. Boom! And we're there. Where's the fleet? Oh, it's there. Okay. Ooh, is the sun below it?
Warning. Engines overheating.
I want to see if I can get a shadow of my Carrick. Oh, look at the shadow of the Carrick. Okay. I want to try to place the shadow of my Carrick right on the, right there is the Javelin. So we're going to see if we can get in and kind of, oh, there it is right there. So let's get kind of in the proper orientation here. And then I'm just going to back. Wait, where did my shadow go? Oh, don't even tell me it's not going to show my shadow here. Oh, it does. Yeah, there you can see the shadow of the Carrick on there. So if I go out this way, like point out in this direction. Oh my gosh, it doesn't show my shadow from this view. That sucks. So you guys know how big this ship is. You know, I've done ship tours of the Carrick and stuff like that previously. Let's see if we can look down. Yeah, there we go. Oh no! See how big it is? Like, there's the front, there's the back. I can't zoom into it any further. Let's see if maybe if I get down closer to it, that might cause the shadow to kick in. Okay, come on now. Oh, there we go. So you can clearly see that's how big my Carrick is compared to the Javelin, and it is pretty small. Come on now, go down, go down. I'm trying to kind of get in closer. Now, because the sun is so far away, the perspective is correct. It's not like it's going to get bigger or smaller the closer we get. So that is going to be the largest player ownable ship. I don't know of any other larger ones that are being planned right now. There might be more eventually down the road, but for right now, that is going to be it. The 890 jump obviously is a little bit longer, but I think I think the 890 is what, 210 meters, where the Javelin is 480 meters. So, you know, your 890 jump, which is, there was one sitting there, which is right there, is less than half the length of the Javelin. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of float down here really quick. Try to stay out of the restricted airspace, or space, considering there's no air up here. See, Trevor P says, thanks for the shout out on Gold Rush. Yep, you're welcome. Okay, let's go down to the sub deck. Come on now. Get her down there. And I'm just going to go out the docking collar if I can get out. Come on now. Now close that door. I don't want to vent Atmo all the way. There we go. Whee! Where are we? We are upside down. Wait, what? Oh, wait, that's actually the bottom. Yeah, that's the bottom. I think. I don't see the bridge over there. Oh, and here is the F8C, and there's a couple F7As. I don't really like the F8C too much, which is this top guy right here. I mean, it's pretty cool for, I guess, a heavy fighter. But the ship I would really love is one of these guys. And this is kind of like I think this is the single-seater version of a Super Hornet, but it's a lot more streamlined, and it just looks freaking awesome. And I'm gonna hit the gravity field and bust my chops right on the deck. Whoops. And of course, we would go right around to the dark side of the planet as soon as we got over here. We had another really weird problem with the turret gunners. I don't see them right now, but oh, this thing is going to be so freaking cool. Now again, if I could buy one, I would buy it in a heartbeat, but oh, look how big those guns are. Now I was a little bit disappointed because the glass to the bridge is not transparent. Ah! But that's the way it goes. But I mean, look at this. Look at how big these guns are. Oh, look, there's a guy up there. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if that's a player or if that's somebody else. But just so you can kind of see, whoa, how big the guns are. Yeah, that's me. Okay, there I am. Right there. Oh my gosh. So this is a huge ship. Again, this is the largest, currently I believe it's the largest player ownable ship in the game. There will be one ship that's even bigger, which will be player flyable, but you can't own one, and that's going to be the Bengal class carrier. which I think is like 3 or 4 times bigger than this. So that's a really big ship. And then, let's see. Wait, where did my Carrick go? Okay, I think he's down there. Let's go back. Yep. Let's go see if we've got enough time to take a look at the Idris. Trevor, let's see. Trevor, Brad needs to do live streams on Gold Rush. I could. Oh, uh-oh. What was that? Okay, I think these ships are getting ready to leave, maybe. They hang around for maybe like 15, maybe 20 minutes, and then they take off. And there's a big fireworks display, and they go to the next port. Yep, there they go. And actually, the fighters will take off. Yep, there they go. And, the Enterprise is bigger. Actually, it depends on which Enterprise you're referring to. The Galaxy class, yes, is bigger. I think it's about 1,000 meters long. The J.J. Abrams Enterprise is also about the same size as the Galaxy class as far as like the length goes, but that's in a major retcon to the original size, which I think was only about 250 meters. It was maybe about the same length as a the 890 Jump, so it wasn't really that big. Okay, the trick to going into these airlocks is line these 2 circular windows up, and then just move straight ahead, and you may or may not fall and bust your chops. Oh, there's the... Okay, I was totally wrong. That always works for me in the past, and here I do it, and it's like, nope, just kidding. Oh, there we go. I'm bleeding. All right. We'll hit the call elevator button. But Trevor P.S., how is this game? I've heard mixed reviews on it. It's kind of like a labor of love. You're either going to like this game or you're going to hate it. It is early alpha. They're still adding major game elements, so it is not a completed game. I think the people that go into Star Citizen thinking that it's a completed game are the ones that are basically trashing it. I've been a backer for about 5 years, actually over 5 years, I think, and so it's like I know what I was buying into at the beginning, and I'm a long time Chris Roberts game player. I've played all the Wing Commander games, from back in the when was it, late 80s or early 90s when the first Wing Commander came out, all throughout the 90s. Played Wing Commander Privateer, Wing Commander Academy. Trying to think what else. He actually, after he sold his company, he did other games like I think Privateer and Privateer 2. Actually, that Wing Commander Privateer was his game. What was the other game that he did? It was basically kind of like a spiritual successor to the Privateer games. But okay, so there's the Javelin. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna push my camera view ahead of the Carrick here. All right. Look at that. So this is, we're kind of looking at the bottom. Take a couple screenshots there. That thing is freaking awesome. Oh gosh, what's happening? Oh no, I just froze up. Oh, phew. Oh my gosh. I kind of farted a little bit there. Not in a good way either. Okay, where's the Idris? Let's take a look at the Idris. Now, I do own an Idris, and I'm just waiting for it to be flight ready. I wish it would be flight ready because I really, really want it. You can see the rear hangar door right there, which is right there. Ah. Oh, look. There's like a couple 890 jumps. I bet that's Jorun from the Jump Club. Bet you just about anything. They're probably trying to do fleet escorts or something. But yeah, there's the rear hangar bay, and then these front two kind of, I'll say, knife blade shaped doors in the front of the Idris. Those actually kind of open out to the left and right like a gigantic mouth. And oh, gotta hit the screenshot button here. Oh, come on, no, go down, go down. Trying to descend so I can get like a better shot. But the lighting conditions suck so bad here. Oh gosh. I don't want to get so far in that I hit the Idris and spark like a World War. Uh-oh. Okay, they're getting ready to jump here, I think. Just give me some good screenshots here. Give me some screenshots. Okay, I think we got a few good ones. Oh, here comes the other Idris. Okay, I have no clue. Who are these people? See if I can identify who these guys are. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, that's Shaozhen. Okay, I know who that is. And then who's over there? It's Jorun! Could I call that or what? So we'll give a shout out to Jorun. Always floating around in his 890 jump. And poof, there goes the fleet on to their next destination. Let's see if I can give a little hi to Jorun over here. He's going to be ashamed. He's going to be like, why aren't you in your 890 jump? Woohoo! All right, let's head to Area 18. Actually, I think that's where the fleet's going to be going. Hello. So we're going to go down to Arc Corp. Set our... Ooh, I'm getting low on fuel. Do I want to refuel this or do I want to just claim it? I think I'll probably claim it. Where is... Did I not? Okay. I want to go to Arc Corp. There we go. Oh, it's right there. Spool up the quantum drive. But I personally, I really enjoy Star Citizen. It's not perfect. It's not finished. There's tons of bugs. You do have to kind of learn how to work around certain bugs. You know, even like with the map here, the star map, you know, you might say, oh, I want to go to Crusader. So you use your scroll wheel to go into Crusader, and then, and of course this time it works perfectly. But like maybe we'll try Microtech. We'll zoom into Microtech, and this time it works perfectly. but sometimes it'll actually disappear. Let's see. No, I don't want to go to ArcL2. So let's. Yeah, now it's working fine. But you can't, like, for example, you can't see the waypoints on the planet, and people are like, well, why can't I do that? You actually have to left click the planet. Now, another problem is in order to make it easier for people to target and see waypoints, they've actually lifted the waypoints off the planet. So like area 4, it's kind of like this arrow that points to a location down on the planet, or area 6, and you can't really see where on the planet that is. And of course, excuse me, we're going to end up going to area 18. And in previous builds, the little circle for the major port there would have actually been on the planet's surface. So that's that's changed. But again, that's to kind of make the surface waypoints easier to see. But and that's not it, or that's not just the only issue. There's a lot of different issues, but again, it's in an alpha state. They're really working hard right now to add major features to the game and to kind of finish rounding out the Stanton system. They're also working on the Pyro system right now, and I'm really super hoping that by the end of the year they'll actually have the first jump point in from Stanton to Pyro. And we still don't really know exactly what's going on with Squadron 42. Squadron 42 is the single-player version of Star Citizen, so there's a lot of development. Actually, the majority of the development is actually on Squadron 42 and not Star Citizen. So once Squadron 42, the first version, or the first episode, I guess, is finished, which I think there's supposed to be within that first, the first Star Citizen, I think there's like 50 or so missions, and there might even be more. When you complete that, you'll actually be able to get a free ship in Star Citizen. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff going on. So once the development of Squadron 42 kind of wraps up and they release that as a full-featured game, I think you'll see more progress on the Star Citizen front. But I love it. I think it's going to be, once it's complete and I'm looking down the road at the long-term end game that they've got for Star Citizen, I think it's going to be absolutely amazeballs. All right, so there's Area 18, and I'm just going to aim for it. I'm not going to use the nav map to bring, to plot a course and everything. You can hit B, which spools up your quantum drive, which is what we're going into right now. Uh-oh. And that will boost us around the planet very quickly. As you can see the planet swinging by there. Whee! And you're like, hey, where'd the planet go? Well, it's down here somewhere. Ah! I don't know what was happening there, but let's see. Dragon 11 AR says, "Hi, I'm new to your channel. And what is this game about?" It's kind of like a sandbox space exploration game that's been in early access for several years, and it's actually got one of the largest budgets ever in video game history. I know that they've raised over $250 million towards the development. So yeah, it's they've kind of been expanding things even beyond the initial scope of the game, which is kind of maybe in some ways good, some ways bad, but knowing what I know about Squadron 42 and especially like the previous Wing Commander titles, like I understand the vision of what Chris Roberts, he's the creator of those games. I understand like the vision that he has for Star Citizen, but the technology just does not exist, in video gaming to easily make that happen. So they're developing technologies as we speak to make this game, you know, as close to that dream and that vision as possible. So we're coming into Area 18. Area 18 proper is actually right down in this area, like right down in here. The Bevic Convention Center, which is where we're going, that's that big circular thing down there, just off to the left of the hull. That's where we're headed, and I know it might be difficult to see because it's dark. Up ahead, you can see where it says Area 18. So that's the landing zone or the spaceport for Area 18. That's actually what we're heading down to land. I think we're close enough. Should be able to call and get landing clearance. Where is my assigned landing bay? Oh, there it is over here. You have to look for this little wrench to appear, and that's your assignment. Okay, we're gonna put the side pylons into landing configuration and lower the landing gear. So those are coming down right now.
Landing gear deployed.
There they are. And we'll just kind of get lined up with the landing zone here. And one of the things that they do need to work on is making these landing zones bigger.
Proximity alert.
Because you can hear I'm getting fore and aft proximity alerts. And we probably, maybe, are going to hit. Well, no, it looks like I'm pretty good. But I've got like, you know, 2 meters of clearance in the front, maybe 3 or 4, or I'm sorry, 2 meters in the back, and maybe 3 or 4 meters of clearance in the front to land this sucker. Which ain't much. I don't know why they don't have these on the large pads. Or at least they do sometimes assign you to land at a large pad, but not always. Not as much as I would like. See, Dragon11AR says, thank you, by the way, you just earned a sub. Well, thank you so much. Welcome aboard. Ah, what happened?
Engines online.
No.
Engines offline.
The heck, why did I sit back down? I don't know. I have no idea. That was weird. They need more lights in here. It's so dark. Oh, now they turn the floodlights on. come here and close my door, and we'll head on in. Sometimes it takes a while for the elevators to get out to these hangars that are far away from the main port, or the main hub, I guess. All right, so let's get in here. We'll head up to Riker Memorial. Man, I cannot wait until they change all the elevator buttons. All right. Another bug, people standing on chairs. That's been a common one for the better part of a year. I don't know. They used to all sit down, and now they're all standing up. Sometimes they sit down. Many times they don't. Oh. So you can see we've got the Invictus launch week, the UEE Navy banners everywhere, and they're just saying, you know, May 29th, or I'm sorry, May 22nd to May 29th. Actually, I think it's going, they pushed, I think the launch week back to June 1st, and possibly even June 2nd because of the bugs the first couple days. What in the heck happened here? Yee, I don't know if I want to know. Someone didn't get through customs. Yep, there's the bottom of the Idris with the big beam weapon there on the front. I can't remember if I bought an Idris K upgrade or not. Let's see, I think the convention center. Yeah. So we'll head over to the convention center and we'll check that out. Star Citizen is free to try right now. If you go to the Robert Space Industries website, I should have links down in the video description. It is free to play until, again, June 1st, possibly June 2nd. It is a pretty hefty download. It's about 55 gigs. And you need 16 gigs of RAM, and I'd say like a decent graphics card and processor. You don't have to have the best of the best. And it definitely helps to have a solid state drive over a traditional hard drive, because the biggest thing that's going to slow you down with Star Citizen are long load times. Kevin Jones, hey Kevin, how are you doing tonight? And here we come into this is that big round convention center. They've got all these Fleet Week balloons up there, launch week. Yeah, all this is new as far as like all the banners and stuff. They really did a cool job. We've got these holograms on the side as we come up to the main area here. Oh, looks cool. And there's also like these big plaques right here, which kind of talk about the United Earth the United Earth Empire. And it talks about the Navy in particular, which is kind of a cool read. Moving on in, we just have, you know, some pictures and of cool ships in the game. And this is kind of where it really takes over. Let me see if I can boost the in-game volume a little bit. hopefully that'll do it. Let me know if it's too loud or if you're having problems hearing me. But this is kind of where it takes more of a, almost like a museum or like a convention hall type of a feel. It really does feel like a real convention in the game, which is pretty cool. They've got, you know, information about the different, you know, people in the UEE, from the pilots to the officers to the commanders and so on and so forth. You've got your naval oath down here. There's the Javelin up there. And then we've got like different t-shirts and hats and things. You can actually buy these in game. They're trying to make the databases persistent. Ooh, can we buy water? Oh, we can't. Okay. Good thing I have water because my guy's starting to get a little bit thirsty. But, you know, you can buy like the Invictus t-shirts. I think I already have one though. Do I have one? What happened? Oh. Oh, I think I have to go. I have to go to like civilian clothes, don't I? Undersuit. What happens? Okay, so I just go back. Why am I wearing this goofy hat? Oh yeah, here we go. So shirt, we can put on our Invictus t-shirt, jacket. We'll get our Invictus flight jacket. I'm fine with the, let's see, hat. Let's see. We got to get our monocle and Invictus hat. There we go. Why do I still have the helmet thing on? That looks really goofy. Wait a second. Okay. Let's do this. Let's take the helmet off first. There we go. We're going to save changes. And then, oh, bug. Sometimes that happens when you're in the Moby Glass. Okay, clothing. Now, if we take our undersuit off, it's going to, yeah, it's going to do this. I don't like that color shirt this, so maybe I will buy the tan one. Wait, is that tan? Oh, there's like tan ones and green ones. Olive green. Olive green, dark green. Wait, I thought there were tan ones somewhere. Oh, I guess maybe it's olive green. So do I have the olive green shirt on or what? Oh, I've got the dark green. All right, we got to buy the olive green one. I like the olive better.
We're sorry. You exceeded the allotted time to depart. We will have to return your ship to storage.
And they're rather expensive. Consolidated Outland, I don't have any of their stuff.
Ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
Some little ship displays here. I think this is the Retaliator bomber, like a torpedo bomber.
Initiating ship storage.
And then the F-7C Hornet R, which I think is it's like the one with like the sensor package on it. And then we've got one of the Cutlass, straight Cutlass ships. I don't know if that's the black or the red. Well, it's not the red because it's not red. Ah. Wait, so let's see, olive green, dark green. I want to get the olive green. I should get some Origin stuff. I don't know if I have any Origin shirts or not. I love how there's no change in the color whatsoever. Ooh, we can wear our top hat. Yay! Ooh, Ooh, I still have my Anvil Aerospace hat from like a long time ago. And let's go with the olive green shirt. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Trevor P says, "I am enlisting now." If you do decide to create an account, use my referral code, which is down in the video description. If you use my referral code, instead of starting the game with only $1,000 of credit, you'll actually start with 5,000. So that's a huge. That's a really big difference. Trust me. Because 1,000 ain't much. So we've got the recruitment center. I don't think you can sign me up. Oh, this is kind of cool. This totally strikes me as like something you would see in a museum.
The Navy doesn't excel based on the individual, but as a team working together.
I don't know if you can hear this. I wonder if I can turn up the... Nope, everything's maxed out. Zombie Monkey, hey Zombie. Let's see. Anthony Krakowski says Brad's shooting everyone out of the sky. No, I'm not. I'm not. You've got a nice little diorama there, and they do give a speech about teamwork in the Navy, which is pretty cool. Which replays itself over and over again.
While training on one of the Navy forges on MacArthur, recruits will push themselves to their physical and mental limits. But the real lesson that our divisional officers will impart is that the Navy doesn't excel based on the individual, but as a team working together.
I don't know how well you can hear the voice there, but I can hear it in my ear pretty clearly. I just don't know how it's coming through there. So here's like another little Invictus launch week display. I love how it's just kind of got this really cool three-dimensional feel to it, just like the Squadron 999 over here does. See how it looks like 3 nines? I love that like three-dimensional feel that it's got. That is really creative. I don't know who came up with that, but that was really freaking cool. And then I don't know if it's got... Hello. We push the boundaries. I think that's Squadron 999, which is kind of like the elite of the elite, supposedly. Or I don't know, maybe they're the noobs. So we'll go down to the Anvil Aerospace Pavilion. Generally, the way they do these expo weeks is they will I think right now it's like every 2 days is like a new manufacturer, and then kind of like the last few days they'll have all the floors opened up to everybody. So here we have the we have me in my jacket and everything. So yeah, this is the show floor down here. And we can go down and check out all the ships. And again, if you're brand new to the game and you don't have the money to spend, $600 to buy, and yes, it's $600 to buy a Carrick, you can actually come in and rent the ships. Like, you can rent a Anvil P8 Pisces. Actually, I have 4 of these ships, I think. I know I've got, I'm pretty sure I have at least 3. Pretty sure I have 4, but I might only have 3. And you can see right there, 0 UEC, so you can rent additional ships. You can also, fully go in. You can check them out. You can play around with their different features. You can open and close doors. And this one does not appear to be powered up, so we can actually set in the pilot seat. You can't take off, obviously, but we should be able to power it up. Or maybe not. Let's see, let's try to click that. Power on.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Okay. So the power can come on, but it doesn't look like we get any of the MFDs. Now on my Pisces, they definitely have the MFDs, and you can see we have a little bit of interior lighting in here. You can see it's a little bit brighter. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Okay, get me out of here. Whoa, that is cool. Now here's a ship that I would love. This is the one that was out next to the next to the Javelin earlier. I would freaking love to have one of these, but military only. There have been some rumors that if you beat Squadron 42, you'll actually get one of these to, carry on with you, or, put in your livery of ships, but I don't know. The wings do fold out to the side, so it's in landing configuration right now. So unfortunately, you can't see it in takeoff configuration. But man, I love the look of this ship. It's really cool. The rear engines with the thrust vector plates, and then this is actually the F8C Lightning. This is the civilian version of the F8A, which is the military version. And then I think there's also an executive edition for people who have achieved the pledge rank of wing commander, which I think is $10,000. And yes, I do know several, like more than a few people that have pledged, $10,000 towards the development of this game. So, yeah, pretty crazy. I do not recommend getting into this ship. I tried it earlier and I got bugged and I could not. I couldn't get out. The only downside is neither this ship nor the F7A are rentable. So. Brr.
Welcome to the Invictus ship
So let's see. From left to right, we have the Terrapin, the Gladiator, I think, the Hawk, the Anvil Hawk, the Hurricane, the Carrick, which we flew in on. I actually do own one of those. We have the F7C Hornet, the base Hornet, the Anvil Aero, which is the little light fighter there, which is incredibly maneuverable. And then we have the Anvil Valkyrie, which is kind of like a troop transport. So starting with the Terrapin's kind of like it's kind of like an information gathering ship. You kind of sneak into enemy territory and maybe try to capture data and things like that. The downside to this ship, even though it's currently flyable, is that surveillance type gameplay is actually not implemented yet. And hello to Kimberly Semi. I hope I'm saying your name right, one of the two ways. Welcome. I used to have one of these, but I actually upgraded it to a different ship because I'm just, we've got like Darth Vader's bathroom here, to quote Michael Knight from Knight Rider. I don't know why I'm like, why is my flashlight not working? Well, it's because I don't have my helmet on. But it is a completely flyable ship. Some people have these. Really, it's not that much of a useful ship because I don't think it has any cargo. I'm going to see if I can turn it on. So at least the back end doesn't look so horrible. Okay, it is on. Let's see. Kimberly says, finally caught a live stream. And yes, I said your name right. Awesome. I always hate when I get it wrong. Okay, wait. The power is... No, this is not what it looks like when the power is on. Because I know all this stuff is a lot more lit up. And of course, because I don't have my spacesuit on, well, yeah. This is the Anvil Gladiator, I think. Yes, and see how it says like under Anvil Gladiator 0 UEC, and again, you know, when you target it, you can rent it. So you can rent it for free for 24 hours. I already have it one rented. I think it's probably good for like a few more hours or something like that. Do you have AI as crew? No, not yet, but that will be something that's going to be implemented further down the road. But yes, there will be AI or, you know, like non-player characters that you'll be able to hire as crew members to, say, man turrets and things like that. And actually, this ship right here, you've got the main cockpit, and you do have a turret. So, you know, you can enter, I can either enter the pilot seat, or if I go back a little bit, I can enter the gunner seat, which I'll try to do here. And you can see me pop up. Ah! The turret's kind of going crazy. But yeah, there I am, sitting in the turret. Whee! Oh! And, oh, I don't have it powered on. Where's the power button for the turret? I'll just hit R. See if that powers. No. I don't know if I can power this up on this version. No, I don't want to bring up that. Oh, it's wanting me to rent it. What? Oh, here it is. No, reset sensitivity. One of these buttons should be the power button. Decrease sensitivity. Ah, power on. There we go.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
And it's still not letting me move the turret. It's probably because it's the convention floor model. Because I was playing with this. Oh, there it moves when I try to get out. It was moving. You know, it was moving around fine when I was playing around with it. Out in my free rented version. This is the Anvil Hawk. This is kind of like a bounty hunting ship, where you actually have a. Yeah, there's a pilot seat here, and then let me see if I can figure out. There's actually another seat somewhere that's for the it's like a prisoner seat. Let's see. I don't want to rent it. I'm just trying to figure out where the other seat is. There's another seat that's going to be like it's going to come out somehow, and you'll be able to put like one prisoner in there. So, yes. Not really one of my favorites, but some people love their Anvil Hawks. Another heavy fighter is the Anvil Hurricane. This one's pretty popular. It's got these big, gigantic shotgun cannons on the front and a top turret, a 4-gun top turret in the rear. Also has some missiles. And this is definitely a ship that you need to bring a friend along with, because unfortunately the top cannons do not couple with the front guns if you're just by yourself. So hello Moonchild, welcome aboard. But yep, you can rent this for free. Pilot seat right here is, let me see if it'll show. Yeah, here's the pilot seat, folds down, and then you get into the pilot seat. Woo! So you can kind of see the ship here. Definitely a nice looking ship. Now you can swap the guns out. You can swap internal components out to, increase certain attributes of the ship. So that's if you don't like the front guns on this one, you can swap them out with something else, which is pretty cool. And then also we've got the gunner seat here. Maybe we can get this one to turn on. I don't know why I'm looking down. There we go. See the little gunner's chair coming down, and whoop, right up into the gunner seat. Everything looks gray there because there's kind of like a screen in the front that it is opaque at first, and then it goes clear. So that's what that was. Power on.
Anvil Aerospace, all systems online.
And this is still not moving. Okay. But again, here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. Ah. Oh God, no. That was not the view I was looking for. There's my guy. I've got my little concierge monocle on there. And yeah. Gosh. Like crotch view activated. Oh, there I go. I'm going out. Oh gosh. Okay, hit F4 again. There we go. Whee! Let's see. And then here is the. This is the Anvil Carrick. This was probably one of the most waited for ships in the game, and it's not exactly the same as the original design concept. A lot has changed. It's still kind of visually similar, but there were a lot of changes. Some people were disappointed. I kind of have to say, in some respects, I was a little bit disappointed, but there's also other aspects of the ship that haven't been implemented yet, which I think are going to increase the graphical flair of the ship. So that's actually a good thing. But this is currently, I'd say, my favorite overall ship of the game. It's heavily shielded. It's heavily armored. It doesn't have any pilot controllable guns, but the turret guns, so if you've got 4 friends, there's a turret here. There's an upper remote turret. There's a lower manned turret right there. And then again, the 2 side turrets. And these actually pop out to about here. So, you've got a really good firing arc on either side and up and down. But no forward guns. So you do have to use your turrets. And it's 4 decks. And we'll actually come back to this one. I'll kind of show you guys that at the end. We have the Anvil Hornet. Let's see, I just want to make sure there's nothing back behind here. This is the Anvil Hornet. This is the base dogfighter. I'm really kind of surprised that they didn't show the Super Hornet off, because the Super Hornet is a 2-man fighter. Your co-pilot can actually take control of the rear turret. And but what's cool about that fighter is if you don't have somebody with you, the rear turret does couple with the rest of the guns. So, boom. See, Anthony says, I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, have a good night, Anthony. I would like to request a game. I don't know, how do you request a game? What did I just do? Oh, I can't do that from this view. But this is just kind of like your base fighter. There are these modules in the. Let me see. Actually, let me jump into this one if I can. Come on, let me get in. Is it not going to let me get in? This door right here should open the canopy and everything. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, maybe it doesn't. So let's go to my F4 view here. There basically is like this big circle here at the top that you can install different modules into. And so you can actually go out and you can buy a turret module for this if you want. To make it, actually you could get it pretty close to the F7A, but the armor and the firepower probably isn't going to be quite as good. You can probably get it about 80% there or not. Let's see here. Let's see. You would like to request? Oh, Hydroneer. I'm actually going to try to do a live stream of Hydroneer later this week because have been some updates that have come out, and I've kind of wanted to do some of those updates or wait for some of the updates to come out and show that game off. So yeah, I probably will do that. Oh, let's see. So, yep, we've got this is the Anvil Aero, so it's a light fighter. It also has kind of like a top turret that's coupled to the front guns. So this is just a single-person fighter. Very nice little fighter, very powerful for its size. It's not the most heavily shielded or armored, so it is kind of a glass cannon in some respects, but definitely not to be underestimated, because I've underestimated, you know, people using these in the past, and you know, gotten my butt waxed. So they're very quick and nimble. That's the thing. So you got to be really careful. And then we've got the Anvil Valkyrie. This is actually a drop ship. It's a troop transport and vehicle carrier. It's designed for landing. There's actually miniguns that pop out on either side. These side doors are for quick egress. Not so much ingress, but definitely egress. You've got the rear ramp right here, which will fit a variety of vehicles, including the Nova tank. It will, once the Nova tank goes live, this will actually fit a single Nova tank inside. But I've actually been able to fit a variety of different rovers. I know that it'll fit 2 Ursa rovers. It's a pretty tight fit, but it will fit them. And the front half is 2 decks. So on the lower deck here, we've kind of got the area for all of the Marines or all of the players who are going to, you know, be your strike force. We've got the lower turret gunner. It's like a chin turret. Very dark in here. And we've got another area for drop troops. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, so 5. So basically 20 jump seats right there. Just go around there. That opens back out. Wait, how does that fold up and down? I know that there's a way to do it. And then here, like, here's your side guns. Oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. Unfortunately, we can't shoot them. Or maybe that's probably a good thing. Otherwise, there would be a massacre at the expo hall. Where is... Oh, here it is. Close door. Yeah, there it is. So you can, it's basically like a vehicle stop. So if you need to ingress a vehicle at high speed, the vehicle can come in, hit that stop, and then, you know, you can flip the ramp up in the rear and get the heck out of Dodge. Let's see, let's climb up the ladder here. So we've got a couple crew beds. I think this is like the captain's bed. 2 crew beds here, 2 crew beds there. And that's just to provide crew for the upper and lower turret. Like right here, this is the upper turret. We'll go ahead and jump in this one. Again, it's probably we're probably not going to be able to turn it on, but there is the turret right there in the center. And they actually do have several different paint jobs for this ship that you can choose from, which is pretty cool. Okay, I need to move back here because my camera's glitching out. There we go. It's doing it again. There you can see it's pretty dark, but right there in the center, almost like it's almost blacked out, that's that lower turret gunner, or lower turret gun. Or just the lower turret, how's that? Turret gun, I don't think that's the correct way to but wait, you might be asking yourself, but there's so many people in this ship, what happens if one of them has to poop or pee? Well, I have an answer for you. There's a bathroom right in here that's got a toilet for all your expellation of digested food needs. There's also a shower, so there's the shower spigots up there and the water retrieval grates down there. And then you've also got a sink. This will eventually be a mirror someday, but right now it is not. And here we've got the two remote gunner seats. So these are remote turret guns. And is this going to let me power up one of the remote turrets? No, power on. Wait, power on. Enter remote turret. Okay. So here, yeah, we can't move the turret, but the turret it's essentially out on the tip of the wing. You can actually see it. There's one right there. So there's that one, and then there's another one on the opposite side. So this actually has some pretty cool features for a ship of its size. It's not the cheapest one, but it's pretty cool. Swampland Willie says, dang, I haven't watched one of your streams since you were on Goldcrest Valley Farming Sim 17. Well, welcome aboard. Or welcome back, actually. And here is the main cockpit. Which all these control... You have to learn every single one of these... No, you don't. All the ships, the controls are pretty much the same. With a few variations here and there, but for the most part, once you have the control scheme down, you're going to be able to fly most of the ships without any problems. Okay, and then let's see. Last but not least, if you guys did want to see the Carrick, I'll do a quick run through the Carrick really quick. So we have the main ramp open and closuring. Oh, I should note before we go in, these big pods on the bottom, there's 3 of them. Those are actually the cargo pods. So there's one here, and one here. And we'll see those in just a second. Oh, there's also a door right here that will take us to the ladder that'll take us all the way up to the top deck. So if you want a faster way to get up to the top deck without having to take the little personnel elevator right here, which if you got here at the beginning, you saw me use, you don't have to. Obviously, again, we've got the docking collar. There will be, we can open and close these doors here. We will eventually be able, or actually fairly soon, I think by the end of the year, we'll actually be able to put different types of pressure suits in there. So if we only have on our, civilian garb like I have right now, somehow, somewhere, we'll be able to change very quickly into a pressure suit so that we don't die when we go through the airlock. So you would then enter the airlock, you would close the airlock door, and then open the outer door. And I do hope eventually they put in some kind of a system so that you can't have both open at the same time. However, there might be instances where you would want to have both open at the same time, which completely defeats my point, I guess I was trying to make. I think this is actually... Is this a component locker? No. I was thinking that this might actually be like a weapons locker or something. I don't know. It might be in the future, but it ain't right now. All right. So moving back. Now we're already about about a good third the way back of the ship, because you got to remember, this is... this is the garage. You can get, I've had like 4 or 5 rovers in here, 6 rovers. So you can cram a lot of equipment in here. I've even had 2 P-72s or 2 P-52 Archimedes snub fighters in here. So we're already about halfway back, or 2/3 the way back of the ship. Now here are the cargo bays. You can fit, I've been told, we can fit Nova tanks in here. And these pods are actually going to be designed to detach from the ship. So sometime in the future, if you just want to drop one of these pods off at a port to get filled with cargo, you can do that. You can drop it off to, put vehicles on it, whatever you want. And then these doors on the sides will eventually open as well. They don't right now, but, sometime down the road, they will add that functionality when that type of gameplay is available. Maverick 2496 says good morning, or well, technically he says morning, Brad M. So good morning to you. So we've got 1, 2. Oh, and you can actually see the bulkhead. See how there's like a double bulkhead in between each cargo pod? That's the double bulkhead. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. And then we're kind of going to move back into the main elevator. This goes to all 4 decks. And we also have, again, more room for EVA suits or armor. There's weapons lockers here, which the doors are closed, but yep, weapons locker. So you can have, you know, a bunch of spare weapons in there if you need to. Going around the back is the aft turret room. And this essentially goes down into that rear lower turret, which is pretty cool. Woo! And here we are in the lower turret, right down. Can I go forward? Why can't I? Oh, there we go. So we are right in this turret right here. I don't know why it's pointing towards the front, but it is. So let's get out of this. And then coming around to the other side, same thing, weapons lockers and EVA suits, you know, or armor storage there. All right, going up to the habitation deck. This is where we typically spend most of our time, at least where I spend most of my time. Come on. There we go. And there we can see all 4 decks. The technical deck and then the cartography deck actually opens to the rear. That kind of confuses people sometimes and gets them turned around. So here is the habitation deck. In there is the medical bay. Med bay. And then this is actually going to be a door to that ladder, but for whatever reason, you can't get off a ladder midway, so they have that door locked off, so we can't use it, potentially, you know, crash the game. So we've got a couple med bays here and here. I don't know that you can use these to log out or bind to, but you can use this one to bind to. So you can actually come in and I don't know if it's going to let me do it here. No, is it going to let me set? No, it's not going to. So typically you would come over and you would hit this first button right here that would say set as preferred ICU or intensive care unit. That way if you get killed in combat or you get, not necessarily killed, but, you know, knocked out, whatever, you will actually respawn on the table here in this giant MRI type of machine. But you'll just appear here and then you can get back up. It's very important if you're doing cargo runs to set your ICU point to that location. If somebody tries to take over your ship, that's the only way you're going to be able to get back on, is like suiciding and respawning onto your ship. But you also have to be careful, because if whoever's smart about it, they'll have somebody in here getting ready to take you out when you do that. A bunch of medical supplies and medical research. You've got some server access here. Eventually, you will probably be able to install server blades back here to improve ship performance, improving research and stuff like that for this ship. Now, this is an exploration ship. It's not a ship designed for combat. It's designed for, you know, planetary exploration and, you know, some limited research and things like that. Let's see. I think this is the crew quarters here. Yep. So you've got kind of like a little recreation area with a futuristic pool table. You've got toilets. Now this is like the one weird part. You've got toilets and sinks here. So, you know, classic toilet there. But the showers are way on the other side of the bedrooms. I think they should basically change one of those toilets into a shower and do the same for the other one, but I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for doing so. We also have storage lockers, which will be for like clothing and things like that. You've got crew beds here, so 5 extra crew members. Make sure there's no other beds around here. And then, again, you've got the showers back here. So, there you go. On, off, hot, cold, and auto. We're stuck. Not really. But yeah, as you can see, the mirror is not truly a mirror. They're basically doing that because they say that in order to make that a mirror, you have to actually render this room twice, which is true, plus your character twice, and that adds a lot of processing requirement to a computer. And because the game's not really fully optimized right now, and it won't be probably for several years, they're choosing not to render that. But eventually, I'm pretty sure all those services will be rendered. There's also kind of your crew eating lounge, or actually it's just kind of like the eating area for the entire crew. And you'll have, you know, sink, you'll have, you know, microwaves, coffee. Food is in the game right now, but, you know, this area is not yet usable to store food or anything like that. But it will be at some point. Maybe, you know, in here or who knows where. Utensil racks, measuring cups, plates, you name it, it's, well, maybe not everything is here. And then just some, what does that say? Nearest hub plus flight documentation. Okay. Somebody left their cereal out here. Ugh. It probably smells like spoiled milk now. This is actually the captain's quarters here. So this would be your desk if you own the Carrick. Ooh, this seems new. Some of these, the names of the books are kind of can be funny. So always check those out for little Easter eggs. Ooh, I don't remember the chessboard being here before. That's pretty cool. There's New York in about 1,000 years. And then we also have the captain's sleeping area. Apparently, he does like a teddy bear. That's kind of creepy. Again, closets for storage. This one's will be open. This one will be usable at some time in the future too, but not now. And then obviously his own bathroom and shower. See, I think they should kind of convert the other 2 bathrooms to something more like this. But I guess technically, you know, 2 people could poop separately and, you know, be in the shower separately. So, you know, to give 4 people the opportunity to use facilities compared to just 2. So, let's see. Keep clear. This is going to be some type of component. Oh, this is radar. So, you know, you'll be able eventually to upgrade your radar, and it'll be in here. And maybe during a mission, it'll get knocked out, and you'll have to come back here and use your repair tool to repair it somehow. There's also slots for server blades. So we've got server access. The actual blades are probably going to be in here. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably where the server blades are going to be located, here and here. But those are like the main, you know, servers of the ship. We also have avionics bay right here, which is empty. So, you know, there's going to be different components that you're going to be able to upgrade and interact with on your ship. So this is the main flight deck. This is the pilot seat front and center. You also have co-pilot seats and another co-pilot seat. Right now, they don't really have much of a use other than to just kind of like hang out and act, look cool with you. But eventually, they'll be able to adjust ship systems like power to weapons and shields and initiate repairs and things like that. See, let's call the elevator, and this will actually take us up to the third deck. I can't believe I'm like only halfway through with the tour here. This is a bigger ship than you would think it would be, but so we'll go to the upper bridge now, which is also very cool. Let's see, nothing to access there. I thought these were accessible, but maybe not. So you've got 2 seats here on the sides that aren't, just support, general crew support. Not really sure what those are going to do yet. You've got kind of like this little navigation globe, which is very cool looking, but again, doesn't really serve a function. And then you also have like a commander's seat or commander's station or command station just in general. And you can fly the ship from it, but right now there's no like heads-up display, so it's very difficult to, because you can't tell what your orientation is or your speed and so on and so forth. Coming back from there, we've got escape pods for the crew, the bridge crew. Going back further, there is I think this is the technical room. Yeah, this is kind of where there's going to be upgrade or table for doing upgrades or maybe work on ship components. And then this is like a 3D printer kind of a thing where, I don't know, maybe we can print off repair parts in a pinch. Hey, what's going on here? This is the drone room. So there will actually be drones that'll be attached to these little, I don't know, crane things right here. These doors will open down. You can put the drone in. These boxes act as a little airlock to the outside, and then the drones will go out, and you'll have 2 people that can pilot them from either here or over on the other side. Again, that gameplay's not been implemented. I've heard potentially those could be in by the end of the year, but I'm not really 100% sure. Here's that little elevator that that we saw down at the very bottom. That'll actually come up. We'll actually call that. Yeah, we can. I don't know. Maybe I'll take the main elevator. Up here is, what the heck is that? What the heck is that supposed to be? I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but it's freaking me out. We should be able to open the hangar door here. So you can land small ships like snub fighters in here, but they have to be pretty small. The little Pisces ship, which was the first one that we got into with the little folding door and it was really dark inside, that is kind of designed to go with this ship. So obviously one of those will fit in here. If we run around, I don't know if there's any panels around here that we can interact with or not. We can actually go out into the hangar bay. So there's the ship's, or the expo hall ceiling. I want to know what the heck this thing is. What is that? I'm going to take a picture of it because I have no clue what this is. Let's see. What is that? I didn't mean to go prone. That is so weird. I've never seen anything. It reminds me of that thing from Dune that like flew around and like poked people with poison needles or something. Anyway, let's go out of here. Here's that main elevator shaft, and I'm just gonna hit that really quick. We'll call the elevator. It'll bring it up. You might have seen it coming up there. Now here's the side turret access. So this is the starboard turret. And we can get in here. I don't know if it's going to show us popping out here, but it should. Come on. There, there we go. So you can see it actually does.
All systems online.
But yeah, I can't turn it or anything like that. So that's kind of a bummer. Let's see. I think if this game ever comes out, it will be 80 to 90 years old, or you will be 80 to 90 years old. That might be true. So, and there's an identical turret on the opposite side of the ship. I think the coolest thing about Star Citizen is the ships are fully realized. Like, here's the engine room. And we can go in, and there's going to be, you know, engine components. Can I go? Yeah, here we go. Open door. So this is, what is this? Oh, this is the quantum jump drive. So that's your jump drive right there. If we go down. You've got the main power plant there. Oh, somebody forgot to close the door. So that's your main power plant. You also have, let's see, what is this? Sometimes the doors are labeled. Oh, there it is. Shield generator 2. So we'll have shield generator 1 over here. So dual shield generators, which is very important. Life support systems and another radar system back here. And then in here, we just have like more components. Does it say? Oh, these are one of your coolers. I guess there's the fuel tank there. What is this? Make sure deactivate before moving. Not really sure what that is. But we should have the other cooler on the other side. Yep. I can see it says cooler behind where it says closed door. And then we've got another elevator, so we'll call that down. We've got another elevator, so we'll call that down. There we go. All right. So yeah, very, very cool. And I mean, if there was like a big battle going on outside and you're a crew member, you're going to be running around here trying to fix stuff or, you know, who knows what. So there's all kinds of adventures to be had just on board the ship, which is pretty cool. There's the port turret access, and we'll go back, and we're back right on the other side of the, well, we're in the back part of the hangar bay, but that is where we are. We should have this elevator ready to go. And we're going to go up to the cartography deck. And here's the cartography room that looks really cool and yet has not really any function other than to click on this panel and be able to be locked into it while we look at this system. So I need to hit Y to come back out of it. I mean, it's a pretty cool room. Eventually it will have some type of a purpose, but for right now, that gameplay has just not been implemented. But apparently they do have a plan. Let's see, more escape pods up here. EVA suit racks here. And then we do have like a main airlock, which you can go in, and right down there's the hangar bay. Let's see if we can kind of sneak around to the side here without falling down into the hangar bay. I'm scared. There we go. So there, you know, you can see the hangar bay and then that upper deck. And then there's that upper turret. Now that's not a manned turret, it's a remote turret, but you can access that from, I think, one of the support chairs in the upper bridge, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got some air intakes there. I don't know where the drones pop out at. I don't know if maybe there or something. I just don't know. But it seems like the drone... Okay, and then here's the main bridge. Now, eventually there's going to be like this shutter system that kind of pops out of this big crack or crevice here and completely covers the windshield of the Carrick. So for maybe like entering a pulsar, I don't know, can you even enter a pulsar? But you know, basically for planetary surveys or something like that, just to protect the glass or metallic, or wait, no, transparent aluminum or whatever it is. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going on today at the expo. Oh yeah, I gotta go back down. We'll go down. And I don't really think there's much else to mention unless you guys have any questions for me or about the game. Oh my gosh, it's 12:30 a.m. already. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been live streaming for this long. Wait, where does my phone? What happened to my phone? Uh-oh. I usually have my phone with my clock and everything on it, but I've just been like going and yapping, yap, yap, yip, yip, yap, yip, yerping. Oh, okay, here we go. So we'll go back through the cargo bays. And we'll go back out to the show floor. So again, this is Fleet Week. I believe the free fly. If you know, so if you're interested in giving Star Citizen a try, oh, how much did this cost? It's kind of hard to quantify because I didn't pay like what the current price is. I bought it in a pack with several other ships and vehicles. But right now, if you wanted to buy the Anvil Carrick straight out, where you'll have it in game and you'll have it pretty much, I think right now there's the one that they're selling has 10 years of insurance, like 10 actual game years of insurance. It's $600. But you can actually earn it. You can buy it in the game. Though technically, you know, if you were to earn it right now and they do a database reset sometime in the future, you could potentially lose it. But once the game goes full live, you'll be able to earn all these ships with in-game, you know, credit. But right now, if you buy a ship with cash, it's, you know, it's pretty much yours forever. Even if you don't have lifetime insurance, you're never going to lose your ship. You know, you might just have to pay a little bit more to get your ship back. There are a variety of different game packages available, starting at about $45. They do have a really good price. I think it's like $5 off, which I know doesn't sound like much, but you know, with Star Citizen, any sale is a good sale. For the Avenger Titan starter pack, which I think is like, I think it's $70 right now. I'd have to go check. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's around that. Which includes, well, I don't have the, well, actually I can bring it up on my Moby Glass. So if I go to my vehicle loadout manager and I select my Avenger Titan, oh, there we go. It basically looks like this. Really nice ship. Actually, even though this is such a cheap ship and I have all these other cool ships, I probably use this one more than the majority of my other ones. And I kind of wish they had some statistics of what ships get used more. But this is definitely one that I recommend as probably the best starter ship, because you can buy and sell cargo, you can do combat missions, you can do bounties, you can do exploration, you can change out the weapons, you can change out components. It's just a really cool, versatile ship, and it's not going to break the bank. But yeah, something like this is really, really going to be super cool. The base ship though is the Aurora LN, which, let's see if I can bring it up here. takes a second to load. I think these ships are fugly. Now they do have like, you know, they've got side entrances on either side. I think all of the Auroras also have like a little bed on the inside, but they barely have any cargo. I think you can get like maybe 1 or 2 SCU of cargo, which is almost nothing. I mean, you're not really going to be able to make money, you know, with a ship like this, running cargo. You're basically going to be trying to do the combat missions or maybe running packages. There's also the Mustang starter pack. Now, I don't have a Mustang, but it's even worse. It looks cooler than this ship, but it's worse as far as like what you can do. Like if you had to start with one, this is one of the $45 ships for the starting game package. But I don't recommend it at all. It's just ugly. It's small. It's gonna get you're just gonna get your butt kicked if you go into combat with it, and they're not good starter ships. If I had, let's see, I'm trying to think of like if I had another ship that I would recommend as a good starter ship, which I don't know if they have a starter game package for it, but it would be like one of the Origin ships. Now this is the 325A, but any of the 300 series ships would be really good, and the base 300i I think is $55. So even if you paid, if you paid the $45 for the Aurora starter package, I think 25 of those dollars will go towards an upgrade to a better ship. So you could buy that and then upgrade to this for like another, I don't know, $30, $20 or $30 or whatever the difference is. You know, those are probably overall the 2 best starter ships that aren't gonna, you know, completely destroy your wallet. You know, you're gonna get into ships that are, you know, like the 890 Jump, which are like $1,000 ships. You know, I have at least one ship that's well over $1,000, the Idris, which we saw back at the beginning. But you know, when you buy this ship, you get an X85 Limited, and then for whatever reason, I got access to the 325A and the 600i. The 600i is that's a several $100 ship too. I think those are like $400 or $500. This has got 2 decks. I don't know. I don't think I can zoom into it any more than this. No. But basically, you can just barely make out the 2 co-pilot seats right in there with the captain's seat kind of in the center. And then there's like the captain's bedroom, like right down here on the chin. It's kind of like a luxury exploration ship. It is made by Origin, and they are the luxury brand in the game. But you know, all of these ships are earnable in game. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, here's the Super Hornet. This is the one ship that I'm really surprised they didn't put in the expo this year, because this is an Anvil ship. It's Anvil Day right now, and for whatever reason they don't have the Super Hornet. There's the pilot and co-pilot canopy, and then the big turret there. One of the best fighters in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, here's the Anvil Carrick, which I just saw. So I do own one of those, and then how many? Yeah, I've got the base Pisces, and then I've got 3. So you can see the base Pisces here, and then the Expedition Pisces, which is a little bit, it's kind of the same, mostly the same, but it's got a different color scheme, and it's got better weapons on it. And it's slightly more expensive if you buy it for cash. A lot of these little locked ships are rentals. So you can see I've rented some of these up, so I've got a little bit less than 2 hours on those. I rented the Gladiator, the Hurricane, the Valkyrie, the Freelancer Mist, that is mine. I wonder why it's locked. That's weird. The Aurora LN is locked for some reason. My Constellation Aquila 2 is locked. I don't know. I do have 2 Ursa Fortunas, unfortunately. Yeah, the Avenger Titan. I own one of the. I just love this ship. It's one of my favorite ships. And then I get an Aegis Hammerhead because I have an Aegis Idris, and the Idris isn't out yet. So this is kind of like the biggest capital ship they have next to the Idris that's available for sale. And this is a pretty big ship. It's like one of the larger ships in the game. But again, you can, if you grind enough, you'll be able to get one. And then my Aegis Reclaimer, which is the gigantic um, salvage ship, which you'll probably be able to try this out on Aegis Day. You'll be able to rent it. So yeah, those are all my ships. I even have more than that aren't out even out yet, so they wouldn't show up there. But guys and gals, that is the Anvil Aerospace Expo Day for what is it? Launch week, I guess. Invictus. I always want to say Invictus, but it's not Invictus. It's Invictus launch week. Thank you all for hanging out with me. If you guys, again, if you want to get an account right now, if you just want to try it out, I've got all the information down in the video description. You go to the Robert Space Industries website, create an account. Feel free to use my referral code because it will get you 5,000 UEC to start out with. UEC is like the United Earth Credits. It's the money in the game. You'll start out with 5,000 UEC instead of just 1,000, which makes it a pretty darn big difference. And you can fly free. You can come in and rent all these ships for free and give them a try in the verse, which is pretty cool. Also, I know we're already to the 26th here, but I also wanted to say I wish everybody a happy and safe Memorial Day, and remembering my father, who was a U.S. Navy citizen, or not an officer, but an enlisted man. He was an electrician in the submarine service, which is pretty cool. So thank you once again for hanging out with me, and I will see you all very soon for some more Star Citizen. I will try to come back either tomorrow or the day after, whenever the next brand comes out, and maybe come back and take a look at those ships as well. That's going to be it for me tonight, guys and gals. Thanks again. I'm Brad M73. Bye for now.
Welcome to the Invictus Ship Hall. All of the vehicles you see on display are this year's additions to the fleet. With the expanding nature of